Howdy, I'm back. Why am I back? Who knows? Because I said I would be. Yay! Uh, stellar. Okay. Um, I did not prepare this stream. I prepared earlier stream. So much better than this stream. But it's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. It's okay. It's okay. And yes, I did change my shirt. The stuffed animal just so it seemed like it's on different days, but it's in fact the same. It's in fact the same day. Um, Today we're gonna be learning um lesson 7, which is the Korean irregulars, which I'm not looking forward to, but that's okay. It's okay. We're gonna have a good time. Yeah, so we get to go over our other ones. I'm gonna go over the last 3 lessons, and then we're gonna jump into this lesson. So yay, exciting. Um, Lesson 4, Korean adjectives. Nu and in. Um, Literally just went over this earlier today, but it's fine. It's okay. It's how it is sometimes. All right. So we got kid, ko리, 손, 영어, taxi, 택시, 열차, 역, 버스, 장르장, 비행기. I don't know why it sounded like that. 비행기, 자전거, 아내, 아이, 아들, 딸, 남편, 아버지, 어머니, 경지, 맛, 식사, 아침, 아침 식사, 물, 사과, 돈, 어드, 어다, what was I? 굿내다, 춤추다, 알다, 걷다, 배우다, 연습하다, 생각하다, 살다, 굿나다, 위험하다, 잘생기다, 못생기다, 피곤하다, 다루다, 슬프다, 맛있다, 재미있다, 많다, 행복하다, 거기, 저기, 지금, 하지만. Those are the words. And then we learned the nu and in particles. Basically, when you want to describe something in a sentence, but it's not the end of the sentence. So, like, you want to say, oh, instead of saying, oh, that house is big, you're saying, oh, that big house is something else. So you would add this to your adjective or whatever descriptor that you're trying to add to the sentence. So I have a lot of money, or I don't have a lot of money in this case. 나는 많은 돈이 안 있다, which clearly 있다 is not conjunctionated, but that's not a problem because we didn't learn conjunction at this time, so it's okay. 많다, for whatever reason, uses 이 and ga versus 는 and in. We don't know why, that's what we're told, so we're gonna go with it. And then we learn the particle do, which means to as well. So like when I say, oh, me too, 나도, me too. Or when you want to say, like, me too, respectfully, you would say, 저도, saying hello. Yes, me, formally, me too. So you have 저도 한국어를 말하다, or 말해요. Well, 말했습니다. 말합니다. 됩니다. 아닙니다. That's fine. We'll figure it out later. When you say 저도 in that sentence, you're saying in addition other people, I also speak Korean. Versus if you change where the do is and you say 저는 한국어도, you're saying in relation to Korean, that language. Like I speak Korean as well, as into other languages versus as in other people. So the sentence itself doesn't change, it's just the context behind the sentence changes. So the can be changed, can be interchanged in the sentence to change the meaning of the sentence, but in English, the sentence doesn't change. Like you're not changing the sentence. It's gonna be the exact same sentence. All right. Lesson 5, Korean conjugation, past, present, and future. This is the written or plain text form of conjugation that we're learning in lesson 5. In lesson 6, that's when we learned speaking pronunciation, like conjugation, like where you're speaking it. So there's a difference. So lesson 5, Korean conjugation, past, present, future, yay! Okay, we're gonna learn all the words. So we have 동생, 남동생, 여동생, 형, 오빠, 누나, 언니. The difference between 형 and 오빠 is the speaker. If you identify as male, you would say 형. If you identify as female, you would say 오빠. When trying to say older brother, same concept for sister, older sister. As if you identify as male, you would say 누나. And if you identify as female, you would say 언니. I have no idea if they have, like, oh, if you can just use either, or if you're not bi, I don't know how it works. I'm a female, so I would say 오빠 and 언니. We have 삼촌, which is uncle, 이모, 고모, 고모, 아저씨, 아주머니, 할아버지, 할머니, 공. I'm pretty sure I missed ball earlier. 공. I think I missed that. Okay, it's fine. 친구, 사진, 안경, 비밀, 비, 가게, yeah, 가게. 박물관, which is pronounced 박물관, even though it's spelled 박물관, which is really confusing to me. But it sounds like 박물관. So that's what we're gonna say, 박물관. 오리, 고리, 가스, 가스레인지, 레인지, stove or gas range, either or. 기대하다, 건너다, 던지다, 싫어하다, 도노다, 도나다, 농담하다, 농담하다, 공부하다, 지루하다, 마르다, 마르다, 비슷하다, 싫다, 오래되다, yep, 오래되다, 배고프다, 모레, 오늘, 어제, 내일, 일, 시간. In the days of the week, we have 월요다, 화요다. So, I'm losing it. 월요일, 화요일, 수요일, 목요일, 금요일, 토요일, and 일요일. Whoops. And then we just learned that if you're, instead of saying, if you're not using 나는 to say the sentence, you're saying, if you're using 이 or 가, which it would be 가 for both, but just because they both end in a vowel, you have to change, 나는 would turn into 내가, and 저는 will turn into 제가. And an extra word in there is 당신, because a lot of English speakers, we have the tendency of saying, oh, well, you did this or you did that. Like we use you in a sentence a lot. A lot. You don't realize it, but we use it a lot. Or in Korean, you just don't, like, you don't use it, but it is, they do have a word for it. It's just, they don't use it very often. So I have it in there just in case we know what it is. It's 당신. But we're probably, we're hoping to be proficient in the way it's actually spoken versus proficient in the way that we want to speak it. That's not how languages work. I mean, it sort of is. Once you get to a certain level, you just kind of say whatever you want to say and you're fine. But we're not there yet. We could be in the future. We're just not there right now. We got some conjugation that we gotta learn. So present tense verbs, I guess in this plain form, this is when you're writing. You're gonna say 먹다 will turn into 먹는다, so they're adding nun or nun or nu or nun, nun or un, na or nun, because you're adding it. So if it ends in a consonant, you're gonna add nunda at the end of the present tense verb. And if it ends in a vowel, you're going to add nuda. So 가다 turns into 간다. When you're saying, again, plain text written form, that's how this works. H's have their whole own no, actually, I think H's are the same on this. Yeah. Disregard. So a sentence would be 나는 한국어를 배운다. I learned Korean. But obviously that's the written version, not the actual speaking out loud version of that. For past tense, we get to learn a little more about how to conjugate depending on the vowel. So if the vowel is an A or O, a, o, we're going to add a at the end. We're going to add a to it. Unless it's ha. If it's ha, it turns into yo. We add yo at the end. Everything else, obviously, we're going to learn irregulars in this one, but this at that point, everything else is o. So 먹다 turns into 먹었다. So this is, for past tense, it is ot다 or atta or yotta. It has like little S's. So datta will turn into datta. I hate saying that so much. Or 공부하다 will turn into 공부하였다. And obviously, if the last syllable is a vowel, so 먹다 and datta, they end with a consonant, and 공부하다, well, 공부하다 is not, 공부하다 ends with a vowel, so we could change it from being 공부하였다 to which one do we change it to? Ha and yo. He. So it'd be 공부했다. That's what it would turn into. And here's our lovely little cheat sheet for how to merge the vowels if it ends in a vowel, because you want to just smash them together and create one vowel. So we have a and a make a, o and a make wa, u and o make wo, e and e make ye, yo. Sorry, e and o make yo, o and o make o, yo and o make yo, and ha and yo make he. Although saying haye, hayo is also accurate. And it's fine. For future tense, all you have to add is hitda. That's all you do. For adjectives, written form, writing adjectives is exactly the way that they are in dictionary form. You don't change them, they stay exactly the same. For past and future, same concept. You have to for past and future, same concept as verb, follows the same exact rules. So, past tense, you have to do the whole shabacle of, oh, is it a or o? And you have to conjunctate it. And then it's ot, then you have to add the ot, or at, or yot. Or you have to merge them if it ends in a vowel. Same shabacle. And future tense is the same. You just add kita. So, yay! Also, I have a note in here that said ita is a verb and a verb and adjective. So question mark, question mark, question mark. Love seeing it. I myself do not know what I'm talking about. Love it. Amazing. Lesson 6, which we totally didn't do earlier today. At all. No. Who did that? Not us. We learned honorifics, aka the spoken form of conjugation. It's where you add the honorifics. I wrote absolutely tiny. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying I made it. My handwriting was absolutely tiny. So I went from big giant words to little tiny, little tiny words. So we have 신발, 난방, 질문, 문제. So 질문 and 문제 are both technically question, except 문제, what we discussed earlier, is kind of just like, we say math. We don't say, oh, we have a math question. We say, oh, we have a math problem. Same kind of concept. It's just kind of like slightly different. I guess it's just a different way of viewing the question or problem. I don't know. Me and Matt are not friends, so I don't know what to tell you. 나이, 화장실, 두간, 부장님, 보이기. So, 보이기 is like not like the atmosphere itself. It's like the atmosphere something. Like, ooh, the atmosphere in here is not good. That sort of atmosphere, not like, oh, you know, global warming atmosphere. 차, 바지, 교실, 음식, which is food at school, which is different than 음식, which is just regular food. We have 교감 선생님, vice principal, and 구장 선생님, which is principal. 풀, 수도, 영, 생선, 야채, 언덕, 선물, 기타. I love that. 종이, 우유, 손목, 시계, 손목 시계, 영화, 노력하다. I feel like I'm trying just to say that word. 앉다, 만지다, 작다, 보다, 기다리다, 종소하다, 약속하다, 눕다, 놀아보다, 불만하다, 운동하다. Excuse me. 놀아다, 바르다, 누리다, 짝하다, 곧, 항상, 주, 아래. And we learned there's like 3 different steps for like politeness, which is the honorifics. There is not a form. We don't have this in English. So it's like a concept that you just have to grasp and accept. It's like, oh yeah, like we don't change how we speak to people. We say like, oh, please, or we call it like sir, ma'am, like that sort of stuff. But we don't change our sentences to fit who we're talking to. Whereas in Korean, you do actually conjunctate differently based off of the level of respect that you need to give the individual that you're talking to, either seniority or age. Those are the 2 big ones. So you have informal low respect, which you'd use with people younger than you, or friends in the same age group as you. So informal low respect, informal high respect, and then formal high respect. That's the 3 steps. So we just made it simple for me. I labeled them 1, 2, 3, and that's how I did my notes. So verbs and adjectives, they're exactly the same. We're just speaking. They get conjunctated exactly the same, which is really nice. And I like it. We have present tense. The informal low respect is all you do is add o, a, yo, which is the same way that we did it in lesson 5. So if it's a or o, we change it to a. If it's ha, it turns into yo. And if it's anything else, it turns into o. So we take the da out, because all of them end in a da. Dictionary form, all of them end with da. We just take the da and get rid of it. And we just smack this on the end. Present tense, informal high respect, you take what you just did for low respect and you add yo at the end, which makes it really nice because you don't have to learn this whole other rule to be formal high respect. You just add yo and now you're respectful. Yay! Well, more respectful. Present tense, formal high respect. You would take your word, and if it ends in a vowel, it's going to like kada, just because it's the easy one. It's the one I can think of off the top of my head. So kada would turn into 갑니다. So one second. Literally my father. It's fine. I have 0 viewers anyways. Oh well, who am I bothering? Not anyone that I know of. Myself, pretty much. Where were we? Okay. Yep. So present tense, formal high respect is going to either be if it ends with a vowel, you add a b and then nida. And if it ends with a consonant, you add 씁니다 at the end. So 많다 would turn into 많습니다. There you go. You just made a formal high respect. Woohoo, yay. Well, that's for present tense. If you're speaking like past tense, for informal low respect, you would add ot, at, or yot at the end, following the same convention that we've been using in the past, and o at the end of that. So it'd be ot, oso, or aso, or yoso, because that's it, like transfers over when there's a consonant at the end of the last sentence. It kind of just like at the end of the last word, it kind of just transfers over if you're squashing these things. So ot turns into oso, and at turns into aso, and yo turns into yoso. Yo turns into yoso. For informal high respect, you're going to take that 어서 and then 요 at the end. Or 아서 and make it a 요. 아서요. 요서요. There you go. Easy. Number 3 is you say at습니다. So 없습니다, at습니다, 였습니다. Let me go back and actually verify that because I know I messed up on this one earlier. Which happens, it's okay. You make mistakes and you learn from them. And that's why I'm going back, just to make sure that I did this right. I wish I should have done earlier, but I didn't, so, you know, sucks to be me. Past tense. Yep, so you don't add the The does not get used when you're doing formal high respect. That's what I thought. But I was not sure, so I checked my work. Because that's what you do. You check your work. So, it'd be 없습니다, at습니다, 였습니다. There you go. And then we have future tense. Yay! Future tense is really easy. You just add, for informal low respect, you just add kesso. So, 피곤하다, which is my favorite one. So it'd be 피곤했어. And obviously, informal high respect, you just add yo at the end because it's easy and love it. My favorite. So it'd be queso, quesoyo. Yay. And future tense, and formal high formal high respect, you just add 겠습니다 at the end. So sort of similar to the past tense on that one. And and that is the end. And now I have to write lesson 7 because I didn't do that because I don't know, I lost my mind. I lost it. All right. Now we can finally get on to lesson 7, which is Korean irregulars. Irregular. All right. So obviously we're gonna have vocabulary because they hate us. So like, why do I need to learn vocabulary? It's so annoying. And then we have the Korean regulars. We have su, pu, pu, u, ru, ru. So all those are regulars. This is gonna be a really long lesson. I'm glad I started early, or else I think I would be crying right about now. So many adjectives. Lovely. Alrighty, let's get right into the vocabulary. My favorites. We get to learn vocabulary today, everyone. So much vocabulary. Yay. I just ran out of water, which kind of sad, but okay. I can't even. Is this like? Oh my! Will come off. Maybe. Or tablet. Okay. 눈썹. 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 We have eyebrow. 눈썹. And 교사, which I thought we already learned, student. Okay, 교사 refers to more of the position of a teacher. You would usually refer to a teacher by calling them 선생님, which is what we've already learned. If you wanted to tell somebody what your position was, you would 교사. So if you want to say like, oh, I'm an English teacher, you would say 저는 영어 영어 교사예요. I'm an English teacher. So it's like when you're trying to refer to like, oh, what type of teacher you are, like, oh, I'm a math teacher, like that sort of thing, or like, oh, I'm the PE teacher. You would use 교사 versus 선생님, which 선생님 is the one that we've already learned. Very interesting. Very interesting. 눈썹 and 교사.
눈썹,
Can you even hear that? Yeah, one more.
눈썹,
눈썹, 교사.
교사,
교. Okay, let me just spell teacher wrong. Not embarrassing at all. Position. Alright. Fun. Class of students in school. Okay. Fun class of students. 직장, location of work. 직장, location of work. And 역, which is wall. My voice is not gonna hold up tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the worst day of my life, I think. Because all the talking I've done today is literally earlier, and my throat is in terrible pain. Yuck. Lol. Tomorrow is going to suck. Let's go back for tomorrow.
반,
직장,
직장,
location of work. Yo.
역,
Okay, so there's two versions of hair. I don't know how I feel about that. 털, which is hair not on the head, so I'm assuming body hair or fur, either or. And there's hair on head, which is 머리카락, extension. So remember, 손 is hand, 손가락 is finger, 머리 is head. So it's like an extension of. That's what like karak is. It seems like it appears to be what that thing is. So it's like an extension of your head. 머리카락. My hair. Cool. And then we have 저녁, which is dinner or evening.
저녁,
Ooh.
털,
Or
머리카락,
yeah. Weird, but I accept it. I accept it. What am I not gonna do? Just not accept it? Question it? I mean, not question it all I want. Or body, hair, fur. And then we have 머리카락. And then we have 저녁. Dinner. Evening. And then we have lunch slash noon-ish. 좀, 점심? 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 I don't know why I just wrote the two M's two different ways, but it's okay. Lunch slash noon. And then we have close, which is ot. She looks like a little person. And morning, ojon. So I wonder what the difference in ojon and atem is. This generally refers to any time before noon, but to refer to specifically refer to something early in the morning. Sebyok can be chim. Atim refers to time from breakfast until around noon. That makes no sense to me. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. 점심, 옷, and 오전.
점심
점심, 옷,
옷
and 오전.
오전
오전. Sorry, 오전. And 오후, 여름. Okay. Let's see. 오전, 오후. Okay. 오전. 오전. Morning. I don't know why me saying that made me think of Secret Tunnel. Secret Tunnel through the mountains. I don't know the rest of the song. Okay. 오전, 오후, sorry, 오후. Which is noon. Sorry, afternoon. Afternoon. And we have 여름, 가을, 겨울, 울, 여름, 가을, 겨울, 봄. For summer, fall, and winter, and summer, fall, winter, and spring, respectively. 여름. Summer. It's fine. No one will ever notice that I did that. 가을. fall. 겨울. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh no. Fine. 겨울. 울. Winter. And 봄. Spring. Alrighty. Let's listen to all those.
오전 오후 여름
여름,
가을
가을,
겨울
겨울, 봄.
봄
So cute. Alright. And we're not even halfway done. So yay, yay, so exciting. I'm only going a little crazy. It's fine. It's fine. All good. Only going slightly insane. It'll be fine. Fine. 찾다, the search for, the slash find. Who's at the door? Who's at the door? Oh, it's Michael.
Why are you growling?
That's what we want, though. To growl at random people to alert us that someone's there.
Ravens?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did they have what you wanted and you couldn't even get it?
we were able to get all three of the fire. Well, three of the firearms.
They had all three of them?
They could acquire three of them.
It is your birthday month.
Well, I'm pretty sure someone doesn't want me to spend $4,000.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want you to. But I mean, for $4,000, I could just go to Korea for 3 weeks.
You're not wrong.
Fair trade? You get a gun and you get me out of the house for 3 weeks? That's okay. I don't have any viewers, so there's no one to bother except for my YouTube channel. When this finally goes, anyway. Let's see. 찾다.
Wow, this has been a week of paychecks, I say.
Pretty good since I haven't been at work in a week and a half almost.
Considering that I've got almost $1,000 worth of extra mail today, this week.
가르치다. 가르치다. Teach. 가르치다. To teach. And let's listen to both of those.
찾다, 가르치다,
Alrighty. And to work we got 일하다.
일하다,
And to build 짓다.
짓다,
So 일하다, 짓다, to work and to build. And 가지다, to own.
가지다,
일하다. Work. Something I don't want to do, but I have to for some reason. 있다. To build. 가지다. To own. 가지다. To own. Then we have 잠그다. 잠그다. Which is to lock. 있다. To forget. To forget. And 돕다. 돕다. To help. 돕다. To help. Alright, let's listen to all those. 잠그다.
잠그다.
있다.
있다.
돕다.
돕다.
And I've got to give and to be correct. Be correct. So to give, 주다.
주다.
Gosh darn it. And to be correct, 맞다.
맞다.
To write those. Oh, I had this on sit down. Whoops. 주다. Give. And 맞다 to be correct. To be correct. Yay. And we're getting into adjectives. We have 쉽다, to be easy. Will be easy. What was it, that heavy sigh?
Nothing yet.
Sweep. Sweep다, to be easy.
쉽다. 쉽다.
Sweep. 쉽다. 쉽다. 덥다, to be hot. To be hot. And 고립다, to miss a thing. 고립. 고립다.
Try to get
Oh. And 귀엽다, to be cute. To be cute. Alright, let's listen to all those. We have 덥다
덥다.
and be hot. 그립다,
그립다.
to miss something, to miss a thing. And 귀엽다,
귀엽다.
귀엽다, to be cute. And we have 춥다, to be cold.
춥다.
춥. And 어렵다, to be difficult.
어렵다.
어렵다, difficult. And 더럽다, to be dirty.
더럽다.
I almost made a comment, and I'm not gonna make the comment. Comment's going back into my brain where it will stay for the rest of eternity. 춥다. To be cold. 어렵다. 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 Sorry. 어렵다. To be difficult. And 더럽다, to be dirty. 더럽다. We're gonna go with it. And then we have 바쁘다. 바쁘다. To be busy. 바쁘다. To be busy. And 같다, to be the same. And 안전하다, to be safe. 하다. Listen to all that. We have 바쁘다.
바쁘다.
I don't sound anything like that, but that's okay. To be busy, and 같다, to be the same.
같다.
That one I think I was pretty close on. And 안전하다, to be safe.
안전하다.
Perfect. And we got 딱딱하다, which is to be hard or rigid.
딱딱하다.
And 부드럽다, to be soft.
부드럽다.
부드럽다. 부드럽다. Be soft. And 환영하다. 환영하다.
가능하다.
환영하다. We're close enough. It's close enough. Alright. Let's do this. 딱딱하다. To be hard or rigid. Where was I? 부드럽다. 부드럽다. To be soft. and 가능하다, to be possible. 하다, to be possible. And 불가능하다, to be impossible. So it's 가능하다, but you said 불 at the beginning and now it's impossible. And 예쁘다, which is pretty, to be pretty. Be impossible. And 예쁘다, be pretty. Yeah. Be pretty. And then we have 일찍 and 매일. I'm gonna put it over here. Early. And 매일, every day. 매일. Every day. And else it's in all those.
불가능하다.
불가능하다.
예쁘다.
예쁘다. 예. 예쁘다. And 일찍
일찍.
and 매일.
매일.
Awesome. And now, so exciting. We get to jump right into irregulars. As with all languages, there are some irregular conjunctions. Oof. Let me plug in my watch before it yells at me again. With all languages, there are some irregular conjunctions that you need to know. Yay! Irregulars are applied to certain verbs or adjectives when adding something to the stem of the word. Korean grammar is based on these additions that are added to the stem. Muti3, hi! Welcome. How the heck, where do you even get that, like, little emoji? Is that like an emote? I have no idea. That's so cute. Hi. My stream is lying to me because it says I have no viewers, so thanks. Where was I? Yep, so Korean grammar is based on these additions that are added to the stems. I meant there are hundreds of additions that you can add to the stem of a verb or adjective. Some of these additions are conjunctions, and some of them are grammatical principles that have meaning in a sentence. So some of the ones that we've learned is nu and nun to conjunctate plain form, a and e to conjunctate informal low respect. I did see that. Oh, thank you. Welcome to the language learning stream. Are you one of us? I know someone who just like sits here and just like studies while I study to the best of my abilities. I don't really. Either way you want to sit here, I'm happy with either. Teach you English? Oh, dude, my English. My English is bad. Well, I don't know if I can teach you English, but you can watch me stumble over learning another language. If that works. I'm like out of water almost. I also have COVID, so talking hurts so bad, but I needed to do this, so here I am doing it. All right, where were we? So we learned nin and n and a and a and eo and 씁니다, which is conjugation for respect. I'm from right now I live in Maryland, United States, Maryland. Where are you from? Wow, real sneaky. I love it. I'm from my mother's womb. Hello? Love that. All right, let's see. We learned at and ota, which is informal low respect in past tense. Nun and un, which is an adjective. No one knew it. Oh, Pakistan. Well, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Added to an adjective to describe an upcoming noun. We have to, and in future lessons, you'll learn about many more. Clearly exciting. So we have to learn after, before, because, another because, when, one must, one should. Notice that some of these additions start with a vowel and some of them start with a consonant. Yep. Yeah, yep. Most of the irregulars are applied in adding a vowel to a stem. The irregular that is introduced at the end of the lesson is the only irregular that applies when adding a consonant to a stem. Let's look at one example before introduce each irregular one by one. Stellar. I feel like this is gonna be like my least favorite. So let's look at this. For example, let's say we want to conjugate the word 어렵다, 어렵다 into the past tense using the informal low respect form. The following would happen. We'd have 어렵다 ends with a 로, so it'd be 어. So it turned into 어려 어려워세. What? 어렵세? Here you can see 어렵다. So where's my pen? Lost my pen for a second. So if we go, I'll write it down. I usually don't write things like this, and if I do, I like erase them, because like it's not like material that I need to remember right this second, because they're just kind of like going above. They're doing it before we're actually learning it, which, you know, I don't need to learn anything faster. I just need to learn it right on speed. So 어렵다, which if we go up here, 어렵다 means to be difficult. That's me. I'm difficult. We're trying to conjugate them, like they said, in past tense.
So we're doing AFK
Informal.
kind of
Low. So 어렵다. Here, let me write it. So it's like oh. So this is off. And then this one, this is like an R/L. So it could be it's not just an R, but it's not just an L. It's like you have to like actually change like where your tongue is placed in your mouth, and it's so hard to explain. But if you think about it, like R, when you say R, your tongue hits like the back of your tongue hits your throat. And when you say L, your tongue comes up and like touches the front of your mouth. You're somewhere in the middle when you're saying ro. Like you're in the middle. It's like weird to explain. But like my tongue, all of the movement is in the middle of my tongue versus R is usually the back and L is usually the front. So ro is like somewhere in the middle of that. So it'd be rop. So r, yo. And this is technically like a B. Like this symbol is a B, but when you put it at the bottom of the sentence, it sounds way more like a P. But depending on how your accent works, either or, it can sound like a P or B regardless. So this is just how I would Romanize, but I hate Romanizing, so I don't really Romanize all that much. I just kind of like read it how it's supposed to be, or just say it how I hear it's said. So 어렵다. And then da is pretty easy. Oh, I just erased it. Whoops. My bad. My bad. It's back. It's okay. 어렵다. And we're going to conjugate it past tense informal low. Which we were doing earlier. So past tense, you're going to have these. We're going to have this. We have to look at this last vowel to figure out how we're going to, if we're going to use yo, oops, yo, or o. That's okay. I don't know how to explain it any better. All my videos do eventually, when I remember to put them up. All of my old videos are gonna be on YouTube eventually. I have them scheduled. I export them to YouTube, and then I don't actually they export privately. So they're on YouTube eventually when I actually put them on public. But they're going to be there eventually. And I go of I'm going through the whole journey of me learning. So we have different options for how we're going to conjugate with this. And here, I'll show you. If we go all the way up my notes. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. When you have different syllables, when you're adding them together, you have how it's supposed to look. So yo is supposed to get added to o. Do I have Discord? I do have Discord. I just have yet to actually link it to my channel. But it exists. Eventually I'm going to have a Discord. When I have the patience to build a Discord. I just don't have one yet. That's my answer. So yo and o would make yo technically. Yeah, I don't have it linked to my channel. Because I'm lazy. I'm sorry. It'll be there eventually. So generally, this would turn into yo, and then past tense, informal lo. Would turn into that. But this is irregular, so you'd add this, so it would turn into. That's how this is past tense informal. You just have to trust me on this. 어렵다. So it would be 어렵요서. 어렵요서. That's how you would conjugate it if it were regular and past tense informal low. But it's not regular, so it don't look like that. That's what they're trying to say. Is there's some that just don't translate over regularly, and this is one of them, which hurts my soul. It is hard. But Mandarin Chinese is so much harder. So this is definitely. You gonna erase or what you doing? What you doing, bro? Not picking up my eraser. I want you to erase. That's so weird. It's not erasing. Why is it not erasing? Is it gonna erase if I do this? And no. I feel like I done. Okay, well. Usually this is easier, but hello? I don't. What is Control F4? Oh dear. I erase it? Hello? Oh. Let's see. So Control Z actually doesn't work with like written, like when I'm like writing stuff, which is really weird. Yeah, won't let me delete it. That's really quite interesting actually. Huh. Well. um I'm erasing, I swear, on my life. I'm trying to erase so bad. Ooh. This is so um um we're just gonna move on. We're gonna move on from that. We're gonna pretend that never happened. Future me. Here, let me leave a note. Won't erase. Let me leave a remote. Oh, won't erase. Erase. Be fine. Fine. Never happened. Clearly, here you can see that the actual stem of the word changed. This is referred to as the B irregular. Sad. It's gone. Yeah, it's forever gone. No one's ever gonna see it again. Oh no. It's fine. Everything's fine. The wonders of technology. I don't know why it only erased some of the words. It's so frustrating. That's fine. So it's gonna irregular that we're learning later, so let's just move on. We have the S irregular. If the last letter of a vowel word ends with an S, for example, zita, the S gets removed when adding a vowel. For example, when conjunctioning zita, and you're making diop, it turns into, yeah, they just take the S. Okay, well, let me S ends with an S. S gets removed. See? Turns into yeah. Geo. So I built a house. Instead of it'd be 나는 집을 지어, which we will listen to it so you can tell me if I build a house. Sorry, build, present tense, build, built a house, past tense. You'd have to conjunction it past tense, which I'm too lazy to do, so we're not going to.
나는 집을 지어.
Yeah, I was there. I said it. Notice that this only happens when adding a vowel. When conjunctioning to the plain text form, for example, you only add nun, da, oh. Well, thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciated your company and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye. Thank you. All right, let's see. So S only gets removed when adding. Yes, I will try to be here tomorrow, but with the video game next time. Oh my god, it's a cute emote. Okay. I'm happy I can tie now. Have a good one. Bye. All right, so when S gets removed, only when adding a vowel. All right. So when you're not adding a vowel, so when you're using plain text form, which is the written form, thank you. I need them. I need them. They make me happy. Bye. All right, so when you're doing plain text, you won't add the vowel, you'd add a consonant. So when you do that, the S does not get removed. So this is one. And then let's do plain text. Would turn into na. I build a house. Yay! Alright. Out here dying. Let's see. The reason this irregular is done is to avoid changing the sound of a word completely after conjunctating it. Because jit will turn into jis, whatever it is. So jita sounds like jita. Jie sounds jia. Oh, sorry, jio. And jiso, you're making an S now. That's why it's not. That's why it's taken out. That's why it's snatched. That's why it's snatched. That's why they do it. Which makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. So obviously when you're using in formal hi, since you're adding 씁니다, you don't have to take the S out. It'd be 짓습니다. Because it's not a vowel. It's not, you're not adding a vowel, you're adding a consonant. So there you go. The more you learn. And we have the D irregular. Which, if the last word of a vowel stem ends in the D gets changed to R when adding a vowel. This is only done with verbs. When adding to verb. So only verbs. So 걷다 would turn into 걸어. 걷다 means to walk. When conjunctioning by adding a vowel, it changes to 걸어. Another meaning for 걷다 is to tuck, but this meaning of 걷다 does not follow the irregular rule. So when conjunctioning by adding a vowel, it simply says 걸어. 걸다. Hang, when conjunctioning adding a vowel, it stays 걸어. Confusing enough? Let's look at all three. 걸어, 걷다, and don't worry too much about it. Walk is a word that is used much more frequently than tuck, so it's not something that comes up a lot. The reason this conjunction is done is simply because the sound flows off your tongue better. Thanks, I hate it. I hate it with the burning passion, but thank you. Makes no sense. But I'm not here to make sense. I'm just here to live my life, so 귀엽다. So, it's just there to make it sound better. Make it sound pretty. Okay. Again, this is only done when adding a vowel to a verb, not a consonant. The consonant stays exactly the same. So don't do it. Don't change it. It's only so it's easier to say. That's the D irregular, and now we have the B irregular. The irregular. The last letter of a word stem ends in B. Sweepta. The B changes to an U when adding a vowel. Makes no sense. So apparently this one picks and chooses which verbs it wants to use. It's mostly done with adjectives. Who changes to who when adding vowel. Mostly adjectives. All right. 어렵다, which is what we were doing earlier. I like 귀엽다. I like that word, so we're gonna use that one. 귀엽, 어여, 귀엽, 어여, 귀여위요, 위요, 위요, 귀여위요. That's so cute. I can't.
그 여자는 귀여워요.
귀여워요. 워? It's 워? Not we? Oh, that's fine. 귀여워. 귀여워. 귀여워요. That's so cute. I'm gonna write that one just because I like it. So you're welcome. So 귀엽다 turns into which turns into and the B, sorry, the B gets taken out. So it's yo. Cool. Here you go. That's so cute. 곱다 and 곱다. And the word 덥다, B changes to O instead of U. But that's for future reference, apparently. So that's, guess what? That's what we're gonna use for future reference. Because B is an irregular is found in adjectives, you'll be conjuncting it not only at the end of a sentence, but also in the middle of a sentence. Oh no. That's so sad. When placing an adjective whose stem ends in p before a noun, to describe it, you add n to the newly formed u or o. So kuyok turns into kuyon. Oh dear lord. 춥다. 또 춥다. Let's see. And you're adding it into the middle of a sentence, you'd have to add 우. Makes sort of sense, but like not really. Maybe I'm too tired for this. Could very well be. I just realized I can highlight things. Which has got to be the best thing I've ever seen. I love that. That's so much fun. Maybe not the yellow, but that's okay. That's okay. Basically, the purpose of this irregular is to eliminate B sound, which isn't actually in the word. Confusing, yes, I know, but again, you don't really care about why it's done. We don't really need to care about that. We just need to care that it does happen and that we do it. So, do it. I'm watching you. All right. We have the irregular. 잠그다, to lock. When adding or o, you cannot determine whether you need an o or a to the stem by looking at ui, u. Instead, you must look at the vowel in the second last syllable. For example, in the word 잠그다, the second last syllable is a. We use the same rules as above to determine whether a or o is used. If the vowel in the second syllable is a or o, a is added. If the vowel in the second syllable is anything other than that, we add o. Okay. Need to add That's right. Let's do that. Buddha. Blah. Unfortunately, that is not all that happens. When a and o is added to a stem where the last letter is u, they merge, which means u is eliminated. Stellar. So 잠그다, which turns into 잠구아, is going to turn into 잠가. So it doesn't merge, it just gets taken out. It gets taken out. You know what I'm saying? Goodbye. It goes bye-bye. It gets murdered. Yopuda? Actually, let's do 슬프다. Let's try surpuda on our own. Let's see. Sur. Puda. Surpuda. And turn into sur. Oh. Which is going to turn into surpa. Surpa. Yep. Just get snatched. Some only have one syllable. In this case, we need to use the irregular, but there is no previous to drawn. In these cases, o is added. So if it's anything but an a or an o, if it don't exist, you add o. Still follow the same rule. If you ask me, same rule, same concept. We're good. We're good to go. We understand. Okay, just every irregular in the entire universe. Okay, we're moving on because I hate you. So much effort. Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
Can you fill up my water?
You waste on doing something for nothing.
You almost elbowed me in the face, which would have been really funny if I got that on camera. Because... Okay. The ru, irrigative, the irregular. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired. And if the final syllable in stem is ru, maruda, this conjunction is differently when adding a and o. This irregular only applies when adding a and o or any of its derivatives to a stem, and not when adding any other grammatical principles that start with a vowel or consonant. Up until now, you haven't learned anything about all of these other grammatical principles that can start with anything other than a and o, so don't worry about this distinction too much. When adding a and o to these words, an additional ru is created and placed in the syllable preceding ru as the last consonant. The ru also gets changed either ra or ra, depending on if you're adding a, o, or a. This is done to both verbs and adjectives. I have no idea. I don't even think I spelled that word right. We're just gonna go with it. Aruda? Okay, my bad. Aruda? Words into... And I don't even know. You know what? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It hurts my head. I'm gonna move on. It hurts my head. The RL, Lear, irregular. As you know, there are times when you must choose between two things to add a stem. For example, a, o, or nu, nun, or bu and su, or ru and ur. As you know, you choose the correct addition based on the stem. If the final letter is a stem and you have any of the following, the first option should be used. The R is removed from the stem and the RL is directly added. I think I'm just brain dead at this point. I'm brain dead, my throat hurts, I have COVID. Oh god. Okay. Kirir. Great. That's the only example I'm gonna use. Kirir. Kirirda. Would either be Kirin or Kip. Or Kirir. I don't know if that matters. Like, not really changing. I mean, it's sort of changing. Kirir. Kiptida. Kin. I don't want to confuse you too much because I'm sure you're already really confused. Just the amount of context on this page alone is enough to make somebody cry. You're right, I need to cry. That being said, I think it's very good exercise to try and compare how the words dut and dur differ in the conjunctions. Don't worry about the meaning of dur, durda. Yet, it's a very complex word that has many meanings, but just assume it's a verb in this case. Lovely. Notice that when conjunctioning dutta, you need to consider the following regular patterns: de and u. U. The following shows how dutta should be conjunctioned across the honorifics and tenses you've learned so far. Past tense: dur, duraso, durasoyo, durasoyo, dursota, dursunida. Jesus. Dura, 울어요? 운다? 웁니다? Basically, they can look the same. Like, that's what all I'm getting is that they can look the same. Looking ahead at future lessons. I don't care about future lessons. I'm done. I'm done. My brain is done today. I'm done. I'm done. Anyway, now that that's over, and I only cried in my heart, thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out and learning some Korean with me, even though, I'm quitting. I'm quitting. And I'm gonna go to bed. Well, you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will hopefully be back tomorrow as long as my throat is in one piece. And I'll probably. I'm not gonna play yet, but we'll do something. Bye.